Hello. I'm not editing that. That was funny. That was genuinely funny to me. So, we finished up at Arm Day. That was funny. Anyways, I was listening to a podcast because my job is boring. So, you get bored at work, you listen to a podcast, continue doing your work. That's how it works. There's a lot of work in that sentence. Whatever. I was listening to Transparent by Nile with Michael DeBoole. Very interesting on a genuine note. Like, if you're very interested in bodybuilding and stuff like that at all, I would suggest going what's it called? Going and listening to that podcast. Because the reason I say that is because it's very insightful. It makes it feel like you're getting a ton of information, but it doesn't feel like they're jamming it down your throat. It just sounds like two dudes talking about what they do for a living. And if you're interested in like how bodybuilders live and like what they're doing on a daily basis, I feel like it is a very good podcast. I ain't gonna lie to you. TREN and then SPR SP and ASPATN, I think that's how you spell it. I don't fucking know. But just look up Nile, NYLE NAGAA. Can't say that one. I'm not gonna butcher it and then get canceled for it. But it's a worthwhile podcast. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you, if your excitement is like listening to podcasts and stuff like that, I'm not gonna lie to you. I love the podcast. I love that he does this podcast and I get more and more information and it's really nice. So, because I love bodybuilding. Now, am I going to compete? Not in a while, and it's not going to be a untested federation. I'm not going to be able to get to the IFBB just because I don't want to do that on a genuine note. Now, I don't want to. I don't want to. I don't have the urge at all to do the whole stack and stuff like that. I would love to see where I get naturally and how far I can get naturally, which is a great thought. So I'm going to keep that thought and I'm going to continue to try and get as far as possible as I stand. But Arm Day was amazing. I did my whole routine of, shoulders, arms, shoulders, bicep, tricep. I just like doing it that way. That's how I've liked always doing my two body part things. I just always liked letting the muscle rest after doing the whole exercise, then going into back after doing the whole exercise of chest. I've always liked doing it that way. Now, is it the most optimal? I have no idea. Is it the most fun? Yeah. I like getting a really good chest pump. Go to the back pump. I like doing that with biceps. I go get a fucking bicep pump and then a tricep pump. The only thing I don't do that way is legs. The reason I don't do it that way is because legs are so physically taxing for me that I feel like I would die trying to do it that way. So, I don't know. But I genuinely like the way I do legs, and I'm going to continue to do legs until I have big quads and big hamstrings. Which, will I ever have that? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. From what I'm looking like, I still have so much more room to grow. So much more size to put on. So, that's the sucky part. It's how much time it's going to take, how much effort. I'm okay with that. Just the idea of continuing to start off is my favorite thing. I don't mind being there again. Well, no, actually, no, not again, because I'm still in that skinny phase. I'm still in that small phase. I'm not big yet. And when I do get big, I'm most likely going to be like, I liked the training I did. I liked physically continuing to push and push because it made me excited to continue. And I love doing that. Like, I love going and doing this as a stress reliever and as a, what's the word? Activity. That's the word I'm looking for. Like, this is kind of my hobby. Fuck. It's kind of my hobby. This is really all I do. I train. That's all I do. I fish sometimes, but that's some white people shit, so, you know. If I ever see a white person, they've probably fished in their life. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm a stereotype the shit out of that. I have met so many white people that are like, I've gone fishing. Not my favorite, but I've gone fishing. I have never talked to any of my, like, melanated brothers. That's my favorite saying. It's so funny to me. And some of them, like, I've asked if they ever gone fishing, like, no. What the fuck would I go fishing? It sounds boring. And I was like, understandable. It kind of is. So, and then some of them are like, I've gone fishing. It's pretty alright. That's also understandable. It's not, you don't need, you don't need a, there you go. What's it called? Fuck, what's the word? To have like a hobby that's kind of normal. Your hobby could be all fucking sorts of things. I don't care. As long as your hobby's fun to you, that's okay. Like, genuinely, what the fuck did I get sent? Sorry. When recording on your phone, one thing to remember is that you get sent some things and you're just confused for a second because you're trying to read it because you don't want to stop recording for a second. What the fuck? That is something I've learned, is I refuse to buy a camera right now. I do not have the money, and also I don't see it as an investment. I don't. Not to be an asshole about it, I don't see it as an investment at this moment. Because I'm not popping off. I'm just having you guys, and you guys are very fun. I don't care. I love people who watch their videos. We're amazing. Like, having 6 subscribers is more subscribers than I ever thought I was gonna have. I ain't even fucking lying to you guys. I started this shit thinking I was gonna have 0 and just continue and post. Because it was gonna be my gallery of just random workouts that I could post. Man, like, as soon as I got like 4 subscribers, I think I started doing this because I was like, I want to talk to people. I want to communicate my thoughts and what's going on after the gym and what I'm doing. Because why not? Like, you guys seem interested in it. Why not? Why not communicate on who the person is behind the screen, not just some fucking idiot pushing weight? So that's okay. Like, genuinely fun as shit. Like, I've had a fun time. don't care. Like, training is such a fun hobby. This is also a hobby for me right now. Is it gonna be something more than a hobby? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. That's the fun thing about the internet. That's the fun thing about shooting your shot and just continuing to grow and grow. Like, continuing to start something that you are scared to start is gonna be a difficult process. Scotty Fitness said something that really hit home. Take a chance on yourself. And that's what this page is. Like, this whole fucking thing is just me taking a chance on myself. Because if I don't record my training and I don't keep myself accountable by making these videos, I'm okay with people never watching these. I'm okay with that. But having people watch it and seeing that I'm touching at least I'm at least reaching out to people and maybe getting them to start something new is amazing. Because it's gonna be a lifelong process of just continuing to work out, continue to try and get better. It's gonna be a process that I'm gonna take to my grave. Now, something that pisses me off, because it just actually annoys me, is saying, like, I feel like it's very disrespectful to those who are dead. Saying unalived. Or saying, like, at least say deceased. Like, that's annoying. I'm sorry, but I'm not gonna say it. It's dumb to me. Because I feel like that tarnishes their life. Because you are afraid that some sponsor isn't gonna like the words that you're saying. Hey man, this sponsor that's trying to sponsor you has to have at least seen one of your videos. They have to know who you are. So why are you afraid that this deal might not happen? Hey, if they don't like who you are in these videos as you're making them, then damn well they're not your sponsor. They're not the person you're trying to, what's the word? Impress. That's the word I'm looking for. They should not be the person you're trying to impress. They should be the person you're trying to kind of push away. Because I'm not going to lie to you. Let me tell you a story that I wish I learned long ago. Which is not that long ago because I'm very fucking young. Probably like 3-4 years ago. And this was, if I'm going to take a chance on myself, I'm not going to let some idiot, a perceived idiot, not an actual idiot, someone I perceived as an idiot, tell me how to live my life. I'm not going to let you tell me how I'm going to deal with my problems. Because you and me are two different people. Now I'm going to take advice from you. Yes, cool. You are someone I should probably listen to. But I'm not going to take advice from you because I know how you are. Because, so, what I'm talking about, the reason I'm saying this took place like 3 years ago, why I wish I learned this quicker, is because at this moment I hurt my knee. Like, it was bad. Like, it took me a minute to continue to figure out a walking in because of how much pain I was in. It took only a week, but that's because instead of doing what I was supposed to and maybe going to the doctors, I just toughed it out like a big boy. Don't do that. Don't listen to the fucking idiot. Anyways, my pride got a hold of me. And I was watching videos on how to heal injuries like that, how to make sure they stay healthy after injury. And I was watching so many videos, I'm like, hey, movement is health. Like, healing is movement. You have to move this through ranges of motion so you can get back to where it was, and then maybe push yourself a little harder to get into a better range of motion. And then I had someone who was fairly older than me, someone that was a family member, still a family member. Anyways, and they kept telling me, baby the knee, keep babying your knee. And no. The reason I told them no is because they babied their injuries all their life. And instead of being able to go through movements like a normal person, those injuries got stuck where they were at because it's where they healed and they could not go farther down. Like, they can barely squat and stuff like that since they injured their leg. And they can barely walk at a normal pace because of this. And I refused to listen to them because I kept saying, there is science showing that if you continue to work through the motions that you're supposed to have with your ligaments and stuff like that, it'll heal better. And they just kept telling me, no, you can't do that. You can't continue. And I was like, I'm being told by my trainer to keep doing what I'm doing because it's helping. And they're like, no, don't listen to them. And I was like, they have a degree in this. And I got actually irritated at it because they did not listen to me, and I wouldn't listen to them, so they kept getting mad at me to the point they were actually getting frustrated and just was yelling at me about this. And I kept telling them, hey, we're done talking, we're done communicating about this because you clearly aren't listening to me, and I clearly refuse to listen to you. This is a circular conversation. This is not helping anybody. I'm gonna do my thing, you do your thing, we're done. And I didn't say anything. I just walked away. I was like, whatever, and walked away. Because I didn't see a great resolution on that at all. And yes, it did solely our relationship, among other things. But it did not help with it. And that kind of makes me realize that if I just said, okay, whatever, and just let them continue talking, maybe if I let my ego down on these both aspects, maybe I would have been healthier, and I wouldn't have been at such an angry state in my life with this person. Because I was 16, fucking just angry that I was being told that they knew more than me, even though I took so much time studying this shit. And if I just let it go and said, hey man, okay, whatever, and just continued on, instead of trying to argue with this person, maybe it would have been a better for both of us. But hey, shit happens. You can't. What is the saying? You can't dwell on the past because it masks the future. And that's a great saying, because if you dwell on the past, you forget about the present, and then you can't look towards the future. So it masks it. You completely forget about it because you're so worried about what you said back then that you can't fix it. Hey man, you cannot fix your past, but you can fix your future. Why? Why can't we just shift like a normal truck? Why we gotta be grainy and angry, man? Anyways, don't dwell too much on the past. That's something I learned, and fuck, it took me 3 years, and I'm still learning. Because, hey, I'm still young. I get to make all these fucking mistakes. And I get to learn from them. Some people don't get that luxury. Some people make one mistake, and that mistake fucks them for the rest of their life. They choose a career path that they thought was amazing. And they were wrong. They found out that this wasn't just a job opportunity for them. It was something they saw, like it was a hobby for them in the beginning. And then they realized, oh, they can make it into a job for a minute. And then they just continued to do that job. So maybe listening and learning from people is great. Because I have like a few people that I know that like have talked about how they wish they didn't continue on the career path that they're on. Because they're like, well, I'm too old to switch now. Why can't... I'm stuck in this job until I retire. No, I hate to break it to you. You're stuck nowhere. You're stuck in your meat, flesh body is where you're stuck. That's where you're stuck. You're not stuck in a job. Yes, it is going to be very hard to find a job. This is from a young point of view, so take everything I say with a grain of salt. And take everything I say with a grain of salt, because I'm so young that some of the words that come out of my mouth might not make sense, because I don't have the experience and stuff like that. But let me tell you something. Just learning the simple things I've learned in just 3 years of my life, which is a very short period for most, but a fairly decent period for me, because I'm so young. That it's going to be a difficult thing to learn. And you're not stuck anywhere. You can go wherever you like and continue to push yourself. Is it going to suck to start over? Yep. That's everything, man. Everything. Alright, have a good day, have a good night. See you later. Alright. Whew. Oh, it's like this. I should feel this fucking thing's better. But I will continue to keep working on it. No. Yeah. Alright. Okay. Ow, fuck. Ugh.